I want to talk about Nintendo Switch 2's game key cards. And these have garnered a lot of controversy over the past couple of weeks. And it's really not controversy that I have paid too much attention to. I'm 99% digital. These will have next to zero impact on my life. But then I was perusing through YouTube, and Kit and Krista posted a 45-minute video about Nintendo Switch 2's game key cards. And I thought, there is no way anyone is going to talk about game key cards for 45 minutes. And certainly there is no way I'm going to click on this video and I'm going to watch 45 minutes of them talk about Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards. And then after I watched the 45-minute video about Nintendo Switch 2 key cards, I came away with a better understanding of why someone might be frustrated or disappointed by these. Krista seems to be mostly digital, so these won't impact her all that much. Kit, on the other hand, values physical media. And I can understand when you buy a physical box with a physical card in it, the expectation is that the game is on the card. The expectation certainly is not that it is simply a license key that you then put into your console. The console reads the key, downloads the game, and anytime you want to play that game, you need that key. Like, that is certainly not what someone expects when they buy something physically. That you are getting really just a digital game. So it is essentially, I would say, an evolutionary step forward to what we already have, which might just be a code in a box or a code on a card. Because at least now, consumers can then loan these games out. All they have to do is hand the game key card over to their friend. They can pop it into their Nintendo Switch 2 system, download the game, and anytime they want to play that game, they need that specific card. This allows the consumer also to sell the game when they are through with it. So it definitely seems better than what we currently have. But then I started thinking about it further. In fact, I spent a lot of time thinking about it today. And finally, on my walk home from work this afternoon, I came to the conclusion that these cards make no sense. Now, on the surface, they're great for small developers who want some retail space, who want to put their game on a retail shelf in a box with a little card in there. It's a much cheaper way of getting their game onto retail shelves. And it's also great for larger developers or developers who have games that are larger than the 64 gigabyte capacity that the game cards have. But once you take away all of these very few benefits, you're left with all of the inconveniences of physical media and all of the inconveniences of digital media slapped together. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, this is literally the most Nintendo-y Nintendo thing Nintendo could possibly do. It is something that you just expect from them. And it made me love these game cards even more because they're just dumb. They're dumb. So let me kind of explain. As someone who only purchased digitally, I've given up all of these, I guess what some might say are conveniences, but to me they are all the inconveniences, where I have to either go out or order a game online and wait to have it delivered to me, or I have to go out and purchase it and be around people, the public. And then I have to bring it home. And because the game is on a card, I have to then store the game and keep track of the game card. So those are all inconveniences for me as someone who is digital. But then once you do that, you then have to add in all the inconveniences of being someone who is digital only. So, for instance, okay, you've already gone out, you've already done all this stuff, you've already found space in your shelf, you already are keeping track of this card, but then you have to put the card into your console. And now you have to wait for a game download that could be 70 gigs or higher. I mean, Cyberpunk alone is almost 60 gig. Split Fiction, I think, is 70 gigabytes. And you have to wait for that download. So you don't have that immediate gratification of putting your game into, like putting the game card into your system and then starting to play immediately. No. Now we're getting into all of our inconveniences for digital media. Excuse me. And then, after that, you have to make sure that you have enough storage space on your console. Now you have to manage storage. Another major inconvenience. You might have to delete a game. You might have to move a game to a different memory card. So now you have memory management, you have downloads. And not only are you having to store the game on your console, you have to also store the game on a shelf. And you're missing all of the conveniences of digital media where you can just launch a game. No, you have to then grab the game card, carry it around, all your games that you want to bring around with you, which are all possibly, if you have a lot of game key card games, are all stored on your console. And then you have to be able to like find those games on the card and put them in anytime you want to play a game. Like, it's all of the inconveniences of both sides just in one game box. And I'm just, this is so Nintendo. This is so Nintendo. And as someone who is a Nintendo apologist, like, I love it because it's what I would expect Nintendo to do. It's all of these eccentricities that they have. They're just very, they think about things and think, yeah, this is a great idea, but they just don't go one step further. Okay, now what are the problems with this? And how do we overcome them? Like, honestly, wouldn't it have been just better if you just had the game key card, you download it, and then maybe for like, I don't know, a week, it unlocked the game for 7 days, and then you don't really need the card anymore for 7 days, and then you just need to re-up the license after 7 days or something, and then you just put the card in. Like, having the card there all the time just seems like such a wild inconvenience. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things Nintendo does. What do you think of game key cards? Are they weird? Are they dumb? Do you like them? Are you excited to be able to lend your games out to your friends? Are you excited to be able to sell your games? I don't know. Let me know. All right. Well, thanks for indulging me. I'll see you later.